Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Friday, November 7th, 2014, around 7:06 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. A little bit cloudy out today, but hopefully we could get some sunshine and highs around 50 or so. Some news to report. The Boston Bruins beat the Edmonton Oilers by the score of 5-2 last night to won their 9th game of the season, 4 in a row for the Boston Bruins. They're on their way to take over the division lead soon. And also the San Francisco Giants are working on a deal to keep third baseman Pavel Sandoval under contract. Pavel wants a 6-year contract extension, and I think he's going to get it from the Giants. He's not coming to the Red Sox, my friends. And that's about it on the news. My next subject's my continuation series of everything and anything. I've reached the top 10 greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time. The Boston Globe is the major newspaper in Boston. It's the most important newspaper in New England. Some of the greatest sports writers have written for the Boston Globe, and some of them have appeared on national television. And here are the top 10 greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time. Number 10 on the all-time list is Jackie MacMullan. Jackie MacMullan was a long-time Celtics beat writer for many years for the Boston Globe. She worked on them in the 80s and 90s and took a break. Then she came back in the 2000s. Now she's a writer for ESPN Boston.com. She's appeared on many national shows for ESPN, like Around the Horn and stuff, and she also has written a few books about basketball as well. She comes in at number 10. Number 9 on the all-time list of greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time, Nancy Malapice Burrell. She's been with the Globe for many years. She was first a Bruins beat writer. Now she writes about college hockey. She's actually written on ESPN.com in the past. She's a great hockey writer. She comes in at number 9. Number 8 on the all-time list of the greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time, Nick Cafado. Nick Cafado is the Boston Globe sports baseball writer, and he's pretty good at it. His article in the Sunday Globe about baseball notes is pretty good. It's a must-read for you sports fans for his baseball notes. Plus he's written about the Red Sox before. He always appears on NESN and also MLB Network from time to time. He comes in at number 8. Number 7 on the all-time list of greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time, Kevin Paul DuPont. Kevin works like he has special Sunday articles called On Second Thought. Plus, in addition, he used to be the Bruins beat writer for many years. He wrote the Sunday column for like Hockey Notes, which was pretty good. He comes in at number 7. Number 6 on the all-time list of greatest Boston sports writers of all time, Bud Collins. Bud Collins was a Boston Globe sports columnist in the 50s and 60s before he became a tennis commentator. He was good with the sports scene back in the 50s and 60s. He's better known as a tennis commentator, but he was a great sports writer for the Globe. Number 5 on the all-time list of greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time, Lee Montville. Lee was a sports columnist in the Globe back in the 80s and 90s. He was pretty good writing stuff about current subjects of the Boston sports scene. He left the Globe in the 90s to write several books. He wrote a book about Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Evel Knievel, and a couple of others, and appears from time to time as a guest columnist for the Boston Globe on Sundays. He comes in at number 5. Number 4 on the all-time list of greatest Boston Globe sports writers, Dan Shaughnessy. Dan Shaughnessy's been with the Globe for over 30 years. He used to be a Red Sox beat writer, and then he's written columns twice a week about the sports world in Boston, like the Bruins, Celtics, Patriots. It's pretty good sports writer. Plus he's written many books. He's written books about The Curse of the Bambino, The Reverse the Curse, and several others. He comes in at number 4. Number 3 on the all-time list of greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time. Bob Bryant. Bob Bryant's been with the Globe for over 45 years. First, he started as a Celtics beat writer. Then he became a Red Sox beat writer. Then he wrote as a sports columnist for the Globe in the 80s. And he went back on the Celtics beat for a few years, and then he became a Globe columnist. He's semi-retired now. He writes a section on the Sunday Globe, and he's written many books. He's even appeared on television, especially on ESPN, Around the Horn, Sports Reporters, Pardon the Interruption. He actually appeared in Sports Final on WBZ. He was infamous for saying something in 2003 on Sports Final about he wanted to smack Jason Kidd's ex-wife, and he got suspended for a month from saying that. And he just wrote a new book called Scribe. I read it. It's pretty good. He comes in at number 3. Number 2 on the all-time list of greatest Boston Globe sports writers of all time, Peter Gammons. Peter Gammons was a Red Sox beat writer in the 60s and 70s. He left to go to Sports Illustrated for a while, but he always came back to the Globe. Eventually, he wrote a Sunday column with Baseball Notes, which was a very great column. He wrote on and off for the Globe into like the late 90s. He's appeared on ESPN and Major League Baseball Network and NESN. And he's written several books about baseball, and he's probably one of the best sports writers of all time. He comes in at number 2. And the number 1 greatest Boston Globe sports writer of all time, Will McDonough. Will McDonough was with the Globe for over 40 years. He was the Patriots beat writer for so many years, and then he wrote a weekly column. He always talked about the Boston sports scene. He wrote a few books, and he appeared on the NFL Today on CBS and the NFL pregame show on NBC for many years. He passed away in 2003. And he was one of the most beloved sports writers of all time, the number 1 sports writer in Boston Globe history. And that's about it on that. This weekend there will be no top 10 stuff because it's taking a weekend rest. I'll talk about other subjects in its place during the first video blog of the day. And don't forget, I'll be back later on with 2 more video blogs. One about Bob Stores and one about the personality profile Kirk Gowdy. Don't forget, Facebook friends, November's going to be a November to remember here. More and more special video blogs. And don't forget, the Prime 9 are coming sooner than later. There's going to be one about Julie Broughton, Local 6. Julie has nice legs and a great smile. Heidi Lee Pratt, who has the nicest legs in the world and a great smile in the world. Janelle Tobin, Crystal Pistol, Dee Patel. Last week, no bust. Tony Ramos, Donald Beauregard, Bruce Cronin. Want to put a wager on that, Witchy? Angelo spends millions of dollars, scratch tickets at Market Baskets, won nothing. And don't forget, Facebook friends, send me in questions. They'll be read in a future video blog. Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.